Hello subscribers, today is Friday, February 19th, 2020, and this is a market recap for MasterChartsTrading.com. Find me at MasterChartsTrading or everyonecantrade.com can also get you there. So today Dow Jones actually again hit a new record. Other indices are right behind. We'll look at all of those. Junk debt is pushing higher to new records. This is confirming this move higher for stocks. And we'll look at more detailed at various bonds, treasuries, municipal bonds, and investment grade corporate bonds as they are under pressure. I'll show a couple of trades we just did, one for Casa Systems, one for TripAdvisor. They're still open. Or rather, if you have them, there should be still open. And I'm gonna do a little bit of bragging, I guess. Precious metals look really vulnerable, and its approach. Gold is actually breaking below November lows. Same goes for silver. We'll watch silver on a 4-hour chart. Yes, you can use my MasterCharts Trading price action indicators to trade on the 4-hour charts. And Bitcoin again, together with Ether, is making new records. Latest alert for Bitcoin is good for almost 100%, and I'm talking about just like a few weeks ago. For the elite newsletter, if you don't have them, sign up. I'm gonna cover all of these stocks, more large caps and ETFs. And you can see for a speculator newsletter, I'm covering a lot more stocks, all kinds of weird things out there, but at the same time they are extremely rewarding to trade. So I'm gonna show you a few, and if you're signed up, go to MasterChartsTrading.com, sign up. Alright, so let's get right to it, and let's look at S&P 500 first. So number one, as always, I'm going to be using my proprietary MasterChartsTrading.com price action indicators. There's trading indicators. You can go to MasterChartsTrading.com. Also, you can go to everyonecantrade.com. Click on products and select one of the products. All of my products now include trading indicators. The elite service, actually, the price is even better now. And there could be elite and speculator combined together, so we'll maybe see a discount in the future, so stay tuned. But right this instant, I think $49 is a very good deal. Anyway, so indicators. These indicators are green, blue, red, and yellow lines, so these are basically all I use for trading. So how do I use them? I use them to look for breakout opportunities. So for example, breakout on S&P 500 occurred back in April of last year, and since then we didn't do anything. We just sat in a position. After the breakout, we possibly take some profits, but we trail at the blue line. So these indicators, what they do is they show you what's called in trading concepts as support and resistance. But for people who don't really trade, you don't really need to know any of that stuff. All you need to know is just a system, when to buy, when to sell. So what we do is when we buy and close above the blue line, we put our stop at the yellow line. Now once our target is reached, we will move our stop to entry. If that didn't make any sense, go to MasterCharts Trading, click on help and contact me. I can answer all kinds of questions. So right this instant, stocks are again at records, all-time record highs. So this was just set on 16th of February, all-time record high. And on this chart, you can see that even if we get a pullback of, large pullback of 15%, it will take us basically to this excellent support level. And the blue line currently at 32.89. So again, you don't need to know how these indicators work, but trust me, it's a mathematical formula. It's built in, so you can see that they are calculated. They're not drawn in by hand or anything like this. So we're looking for a pullback. If it even occurs, we can just keep going. We can just keep grinding higher. Dow Jones. So here's Dow Jones. It made a new record today, just barely right there. I mean, definitely we're overextended, you know, to the upside, but you know, at the same time we're extremely bullish. For Dow Jones, latest opportunities you could see were back in June of last year. So you know, you can my trades they take a long time. Sometimes, as I'm about to show you a few of my other trades, you know, it takes 1 to 2 days to get to the target. Sometimes it takes a few weeks, and then once you know you get into position, you just sit in it and you know, get the dividends and wait for the sell signal. Right now there is no sell signal, so there's no point really. Here's Nasdaq Qqq. So this one broke out even earlier here back in April of last year, and you can see how easy it is and visually very clear, right? So you can't really miss it. And people, you know, are kind of freaked out about trading, and they're freaked out about just not really grasping it, I guess. And what I really like to tell people is that once you have my system, once you have my indicators on your chart, you will be able to just trade in like a couple of hours basically. Once you wrap your mind around how the markets operate, you can trade any security and make any amount of money. So right now with QQQ, again, we're basically next to records. There's the record on 16th of February, trading next to records. I mean, yes, absolutely, we could get a pullback, but once again, you know, if we're gonna pull back, even from today's levels, if we pull back, you know, 17%, it would be just a tremendous buying opportunity at that point. And here are the small caps. So the small caps maybe a little bit different looking chart, but overall the correlations between the 3 major indices or 4 major indices, you know, S&P, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and small caps, it's quite high. They usually move together. So in this case, this is small caps. Latest opportunity was right there. 21st of September, just a killer opportunity, good for over 55%. It just went straight up. And where's our stop right this instant? So our stop is still at the blue line. Yeah, I know it's far away from the price action, but you can also take profits. So when do I take profits? Usually I take profits when the stock comes up above the green line and then dips below it. So in this case, some profits would have been taken here in late October, but the second profit target hasn't even been met. Notice that it just keeps going higher and higher and higher, and hasn't actually even pulled back towards the green line. And the green line is like weak support, so at that point, not a bad place to take profits. So if it pulls back right now to 207, maybe we'll take profits there. Junk bonds. So junk bonds and stocks. Junk bonds are what's called high yield bonds, high yield corporate bonds or high yield bonds of other types. So the ETF that holds this is called junk, JNK. Now the reason why they're junk is because there is a reason, you know, companies rated really poorly. Perhaps they defaulted on their debt, etc. in the past, but you know, overall, junk debt is very close to stocks by quality of investment, so it's relatively low. If you're looking for something like high quality, you need to look for Treasury bonds, you know, United States Treasury bonds, or British gilts, I think they're called, or Euro bonds. But you know, junk bonds is low quality, so I'm thinking of junk bonds as basically stock equivalents, and the stock equivalents, we're trading them just as they are, stock equivalents. So we're looking at them not as bonds, not as protection against declines, but junk bonds is, you know, a risk asset. So this one broke out even earlier, you know, in 9th of April here. So if we go back to, for example, QQQ, This one broke out on 14th of April, and Dow Jones broke out in late May of last year, and S&P broke out in April. So another reason why I didn't really want to short it back here in last year is because junk bonds behaved very bullishly, and from my personal experience and from mathematical studies of this stocks versus junk bonds, I know that junk bonds move together with stocks. So that's another reason why I was quite bullish back in April of last year. And if you listen to my previous videos, you will, this will be confirmed. So right this instant, we're next to record for the junk bonds as well. These are new 52-week highs, new highs for the move, actually, not 52-week highs yet, actually. Maybe we did make a 52-week high. So very close to 52-week highs, or already made it. Overall, again, stocks and junk bonds correlate highly. So this is telling me that this move for stocks is being confirmed by junk bonds. And this is another good reason for me to think bullish, to think stocks will continue going higher, even if we're going to see a pullback in the short term. Okay, so let's move up the quality ladder. So we're looking at TYX right now, which is 30-year Treasury bond yield. So bond yield and bond prices move the opposite, and 30-year Treasury bond yield is also part of the how much you will be paying for the various loans, for example, mortgage, etc. So usually the mortgage is based on a 10-year yield, but I like this 30-year yield because it's more clearly visual right now. So there's the breakout on the date of the riot in the capital, 6th of January. Yeah, clear breakout right there. And also I've been talking about it again since a while back. I think since like September of last year, if not earlier. I was looking at bonds, and I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm seeing potential for a reversal. So yeah, this is a big deal, reversal for the yields. You can see that the 30-year Treasury yield was 1.8 just in January, and now it's already 2.1, almost 2.2. So a close to 20% move for the yield. It's a significant move for bond markets. By extension, the Treasury bonds, TLT, have moved lower. So I had a position here back on September 10th, and like I keep saying, you will not have 100% winning positions. You will have 70, 80, maybe 90% winning positions, but you will still have some losing positions. So this was one of those losing positions. I bought back on September 10th, and there's the breakdown on 6th of January. So I closed it, at a relatively small loss. But you can see that it was a smart thing to do, because look where the price is right now. So if I didn't close it on 6th of January, I would have been down another 10% now. So, as I never get tired of repeating myself, honor your stop. This is called honoring your stop. If you said you're going to exit, you are going to exit. Now, if we are going short, if we're thinking about, at this point, I started thinking about selling it, shorting it. So I exited my position. And, if you're sophisticated enough, and if you have access to options, you can buy puts. Buy puts. Puts means, you're placing a bearish bet. You think that the security in question will go down. So if you placed a bearish bet, if you bought puts here on 6th of January, but even a better opportunity here 27th of January, yeah, that's a nice move. That's let me see. Let's say you bought it, you sold it back there, or bought puts here. That's 7% move for the stock itself. Easily over 20% move for the options. So this is yeah, this is a reversal of the trend, and a big deal for bonds as well. And I'm looking now at municipal bonds, MUB. So municipal bonds, again, more they trade more like junk. They are more related. They are lower quality than treasuries. So I look at them more related to stocks. But they are still bonds, and you can see there was a significant drop from the peak here. So we'll see where this is going. Perhaps all of the bonds are coming under pressure, as I just showed with the treasuries. We'll see if municipals as well. Here's LQD, which is investment grade corporates. So the investment grade corporates made a high here on 7th of August. Again, corporate, these guys, the investment grade corporates, they're like in the middle, but they're still, I would group them more towards junk than more towards treasuries. So they are still not great quality. So that's another reason why I was thinking that we should be buying stocks back here in April, May of last year. So right now what we're seeing is a breakdown below this green line. Yeah, this is not good. This is bonds being pressured. So perhaps because of the way treasuries are acting, because of the way I just showed with the treasury bond yield, bonds of all sorts are under pressure. The investment grade type, so such as municipal, at least municipal or higher, I guess. All right, so a little bit of humble bragging. This is for my, so I have multiple products. This is my Speculator bundle. So from the Speculator newsletter, this stock is called Casa Systems. So first of all, I've never heard about it, and the only reason why I was interested in it is because look how just completely collapsed this stock was. Back in October here, or rather even a little bit earlier. So there's the low right there on 16th of March, and I never heard of this stock, but sometime in August, October here, it came up on our scanner. So we also have a scanner now. So this stock screener finds stocks such as this. And we're also going to have an advanced screener, which will really help you narrow things down. So it's coming up. So the Casa Systems here came up on our scanner. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is just beautiful. It is extremely oversold. So it's been going down for so many months, more than a year, 2 years almost. The trading range is very tight. So notice how the distances back here, for example, between the yellow and green line, is, they're quite far apart. So we can measure it actually. So here the distance is 7.5 points. But here in July, the distance is only 4 points. So, it's close to half. So this is narrowing our trading range. And I keep saying the same thing. So I'm looking for stock that has several characteristics. One, it's oversold, definitely in the downtrend. And number two, ideally, it should have a narrow trading range. So the distance between the lines is quite close to one another. So this one just fit the bill perfectly. The breakout already occurred back right there on 3rd of August. Again, I'm not making it up. This is math. These indicators are mathematical. So I didn't need to be thinking that I'm going to know the future. I just need to look at this line. So when the green stick is above the blue line, that's when we buy. And this happened on 3rd of August. Our stop would have been at the yellow line. For some reason, we didn't buy it back then, but again, it came up on our scanner back in October, and actually even a better price, because before it was like 560 and now it's like 450. So I mean, it's a killer price. So I sent an alert, actually 2 alerts to my subscribers. Immediately it just went and our target was reached. Again, our stop is at the blue line. So right there where I'm hovering on 4th of January, yeah, the price came down, but it never touched the blue line. So we were not stopped out. And yeah, it paid off. It continued higher, and actually today it gapped 184% profit. I mean, we were buying it here at 449. It's like 13. So absolutely, you know, take some profits. I mean, this spike it feels like it's overextended, so I would be probably taking profits, possibly just completely closing this. I mean, it's a killer trade, you know, you can't really ask for more. So this is my thinking. See how easy it is? All you need is like a set of training wheels. So this indicator is a training wheels for you. You can see price action very clearly, and once you can see the price action, you can make a very clear decision. And this decision is no rush, you know, leisurely. You can make the decision, buy the stock, sit in the position, enjoy the profits. Sort of similar, here's TripAdvisor. So TripAdvisor, yeah, you know, we were in the middle of a pandemic. What trip, you know? So yeah, it makes sense. But okay, so let's look. This is March 2020, where I'm hovering, like right there. So March 2020 of last year, TripAdvisor was already in a downtrend. So when the pandemic hit, it just got hammered even more. So it got cut in half basically, from 24 to like 12. But you can see that it didn't start during the pandemic. Their trouble started in 2019. The last time they were in an uptrend, excuse me, you can see above the blue line, the last time was in February 2019. So this is the reason why I got interested in this stock. You can see it's going down, down, down. And that's what I call oversold, right? The trading range, let me see how narrow it was. It's actually, yeah, it did narrow. You can see that, let's just look back from, let's say, May of 2020 here. So the trading range was about 23 points. But here in November, the trading range was only 12 points. So yeah, we almost cut it in half. So the risk is reduced, you see. The narrower the lines are closer together, the smaller the risk. Because if we're buying on close above the blue line right there on 10th of November, and do you see how easy it is to make that decision? So you need these training wheels. You need these lines on your chart. We're putting our stop below the yellow line for stocks on daily charts. If we're trading Forex, we're using the red line as a stop. So for Forex, blue, red. For stocks, blue and yellow on daily charts. Forex, you can trade on any chart. Cryptocurrency on any chart, any time frame. You know, daily, whatever, minute. But stocks, I only trade on daily. It's just so much easier. Anyways, TripAdvisor. So if you bought it back here on November 10th, maybe you had a couple more opportunities. Came very close on 22nd of December, but you can see that it didn't even touch the blue line. It came very close. So technically, if you got in, you could have just sat in the position. And you would have been very much rewarded now as a new record for TripAdvisor at 61% gain from our opportunity to enter back in November. So this is the type of trades I do. This is called a breakout trade. Breakout meaning that the stock was, you know, way down below here next to 52 close, and then it broke out above my indicator line, above the blue line. Pullback trade would be, you know, when the stock came down towards the blue line and we just bought it there. So in general, I prefer breakouts, and I prefer breakouts with playing options as well. So I will eventually record a options video because all of this is tradable via options, and the gains are just huge. All right, let's switch gears. DXY, dollar currency index. So, I thought they've been bottoming. It's been bottoming, back from December, and it's just having a really hard time bottoming. But, I'm hoping that if it finally bottoms, it will be some kind of an interesting move. So, right now the resistance is still being, there is still weak resistance. You can clearly see it got bounced off of it here on 4th and 5th of February. Right now, dollar is trying to kind of gain here. If you look on 4-hour chart, so on the forex and dollar, you can trade in 4-hour chart. So you can see it's kind of playing with the bearish levels here, even though it did break out right there on 16th of February at 2000 candle. So looking at gold, gold you can, gold broke down. So there's November 30th lows, and today is obviously below it, 19th of February. So I see a low below previous low. Not a great sign. If we look closely here, so this whole pattern from 2nd of February, and then a push back. You can see it touched the blue line on 9th of February, on 10th of February, and then 11th of February, but never closed above it. So this is clear resistance to me. So what I'm saying is right now this line at 1849 is acting as resistance. If we look on 4-hour chart, we can see interesting also price pattern action. So yes, you can trade gold on 4-hour chart. So you would have been out of your long position where I'm hovering here on 7th of January. You would have been entering short on right there on 8th of January at 7 in the morning. It was a stop above the blue line. You can see it never got to it. So there's your target on 17th of January for trade 1. You could have been re-entering on the short side again. On the 19th of January, where I'm hovering, again was a stop above the blue line. So on the when we trade in forex, we just trade between the blue and the red line. And yeah, you would have been very correct, made good money here, potentially got short again right there, 10th of February at 3 in the morning, made really good money here again. So what I'm seeing right now is a downtrend in security. So most likely we'll see some sort of a bounce once again towards the red line. So currently that really strong resistance is at 1835, which is about 3% away for gold. So let's see where this gets us. Not a great looking chart if you're a gold bull, because on daily charts it's kind of not very comforting chart. So let's see where it gets us. Here's XAG USD, also known as silver. So silver actually made a new high, a new record, all-time record high right there on 1st of February, while gold didn't even come close. So I trust gold more than I trust silver. So I was very reluctant to be buying gold or silver here actually lately, and if you're a subscriber, you know that I'm kind of reluctant right now. So looking on 4-hour chart for silver, it's very interesting. The kind of price is stuck right now between the blue and the red line, and not a clear winner either on the 4-hour chart. Right there where I'm hovering on 9th of February at 2 in the morning, it didn't close above the blue line, neither it closed here below the red line. So right now it's kind of very neutral, but the way gold has been acting, so again this is silver, but here's gold, see how it broke down and it's downtrending. I think silver is next. I think silver wants to break down here. So Yeah, well, we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is live chart right now. It's traded 24/7. I mean, spectacular is the only thing I can say. It's two latest opportunities. These are actual alerts, 22nd of January and 28th of January, basically 100% move. Previous alert was at ridiculous price of 32,000, which is now at 56,000. So, but truly, our best opportunity, and I will again show you that we would have not been stopped out should we bought it back here in May of last year, because okay, I'm gonna zoom in here. So there's a clear breakout. Again, I'm not making it up. And you can trade Bitcoin on any time frame, also 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, 5-minute chart, doesn't matter. Breakout here in April of last year, and our stop would have been at the blue line, and notice that it hasn't been hit. It's been just above the green line most of the time. Here the stop would have been hit in a sense of, usually my stop for such huge moves is a close below the blue line. In this case, there was not a close. So again, you could have theoretically not been stopped out from the April move. And just for the heck of it, let's see if you did take my idea, how much profit. That is 560% profit. So it was 8,700. It's now 56,000. So yeah. Ethereum. So there's Ethereum. We traded Ethereum. I traded Ethereum. I had a position in Ethereum. I beat myself up now because I exited way too early. So this is my Ethereum position. I bought it on September 24th. I kept taking profits. As you know, I like taking profits. I closed my position back on December 10th, and I thought I was really smart. It was about like 40 to 60% average gain or so. But notice what happened afterwards. I missed another 248% move. So yeah, if you are a subscriber, congratulations. If you're not, head over to everyonecantrade.com. Everyonecantrade.com. Pretty straightforward. Click on products. So all of my products right now include my indicators. So trading indicators, this guy is in the chart, green, blue, red, and yellow line. Free 7-day trial. I answer all the questions. $30, pretty straightforward price. You can't beat it. Elite Trader. So Elite Trader includes alerts on things like ETF, large cap stocks. Here's what we trade. I listed everything finally. So common ETFs, foreign ETFs, Forex, commodities, cryptos, precious metals, and some, large cap stocks. So this is what you will get for the Elite newsletter. You will also get a stock screener. So this is a basic one for to screen 250 securities. A bigger one is coming very soon. For the speculator newsletter, so this is what we normally trade, and this week I'm going to show you again what I'm going to cover. So all of this, you can see how many stocks. Very cool opportunities, a lot of interesting opportunities. You can diversify because you can buy just a little bit in each of the stock. For example, a few options in each of the stock. People really are making a lot of money here with the speculator newsletter. So that's the speculator bundle right now. $100, I think it's a steal because you can make this back in a few, weeks probably. All right, so that's it for this week's recap. Again, if you have any questions, go over to help, click on contact, and ask me a question. All right, that's it for this week's recap. Thanks for watching. Have another great trading week. Bye-bye.